So they are called lungfishes as they have developed specialized swim bladders that can help them to accumulate oxygen from the outside world, and their gills are pretty degenerate. They are not as well functional as the fin rayed fishes. Okay, one is subclass Apoda, meaning legless amphibians. Apoda, the legless amphibians. Example, ichthyophis, the salamanders. These are the largest of all amphibians. Salamanders, they are the largest amphibians. The Labiorovita, okay, like the Labiorovita, they are known as sarcopteryx. These terms are not important. I am just explaining to you because of the evolutionary significance they have. Okay, these are the two subclasses under class osteichtheys. So this is all about, we need to understand about fishes. They are economically very important, as we all know. They serve as food for a global population of humans and also to other animals. They help maintain the aquatic ecosystem. They are also kept as pets in some cases in aquariums for aesthetic value, and the list goes on. Fishes are really very important. They are really very old. The fishes first developed in the Silurian period, much before the dinosaurs. Okay, in the Paleozoic era, and these three are collectively known as lungfishes because they can breathe outside water for prolonged period. Especially Protopterus can actually live outside water for 1.5 years. They secrete mucus all around their body in which they can survive. So they are called lungfishes as they have developed specialized swim bladders that can help them to accumulate oxygen from the outside world, and their gills are pretty degenerate. They are not as well functional as the fin rayed fishes. Okay, so these are the first animals to conquer land or trying to conquer land. Okay, so these are all. Another important thing that you need to understand is that osteichtheys also have swim bladder, which helps them to float even when they are not swimming. However, swim bladder is absent in chondrichthyes. So the chondrichthyes fish have to swim constantly in order to prevent drowning. So this is another important fact about the osteichtheys and how they differ from chondrichthyes. So that is all about the pieces, osteichtheys and chondrichthyes. Now we will look into class Amphibia, the first group of animals who have truly conquered the land. Okay. However, amphibians, although they have conquered a lifestyle on land, they have acclimatized themselves, they have adapted themselves, and they have evolved to lead a life on land. They are till to this date dependent on water. Okay, dependent on water. Now they all depend on fresh water. There are no marine amphibians. We still do not know whether there are any marine amphibians. I should say that because science changes almost every day. So they are entirely dependent on fresh water for their reproduction, for the reproductive phase of their life, and in the developing stages of their lives, they depend on fresh water. They need high quantities of moisture. Okay, so let us look into the amphibians. Class Amphibia. The most important fact about amphibians, they undergo metamorphosis. What is metamorphosis? The adults, okay, they lay eggs. Eggs develop into tadpole or larva or juveniles, and they have gills. Now they develop lungs and they come out as adults. This is metamorphosis, and this part is in freshwater habitats. In water, okay, in freshwater habitats, or in some cases, region with high moisture, highly moist environments. So they undergo metamorphosis. They have tympanum or a fold of skin just behind their eyes, which acts as the ear. They can sense vibrations. They have tympanum. They have three chambered hearts. With two auricles and one ventricle. Now, in fish there is the two chambered heart. Two chambered heart. Okay. One auricle, one ventricle. And fishes are poikilotherms. That is cold-blooded. They cannot regulate their body temperature. Similarly, amphibians are similar to fishes in this aspect. They are poikilotherms. They are also similar in another aspect. They are dioecious with external fertilization. And they have indirect development. That is, the eggs develop into a tadpole or larva or juvenile with gills, and they again develop into the mature adults, which are terrestrial. Okay. They have smooth, scaleless, moist skin, which also helps them to respire or to breathe, and the skin is also glandular. The glandular, containing glands, and the glands contain a toxic element, especially in toads. In salamanders, they secrete a poison, a toxin known as alpha bufotoxin. If you consume, if any animal consumes a toad or a salamander, the skin of that animal will release, the skin of that animal means the skin of the toad or the salamander will secrete alpha bufotoxin, which will produce a very bad taste in the mouth of the predator and will also cause vomiting, nausea, and in some cases paralysis of the jaws as well. So this is very toxic. There is a species of frog in South America known as the poison dart frogs. They have alpha bufotoxin and myocardiotoxin, which means, and they are so toxic, which means a single drop of the mucus from their skin is enough to kill 12 to 13 human beings, adult human beings. If injected into the bloodstream, or if like if they are consumed, this alpha bufotoxin or cardiomyotoxin, they will cause paralysis, respiratory distress, cardiac arrest, and death. So poison dart frogs uh, should be avoided, and they are one of the most poisonous animals there is in the animal kingdom. Okay, they have mesonephric kidneys, mesonephric kidneys, and they have 4 digits in the forelimbs and 5 digits in the hind limbs. The hind limbs, and the digits are clawless. The digits do not have claws. Do not have claws. They also have a long, flexible tongue to help them to capture prey, and some of them have some of them have homodont and homodont and acrodont teeth. Now, what is homodont and what is acrodont? Okay, let's look into it. Based on the structure of teeth, the shape of teeth, and how teeth are attached to the gums or to the jaws, we can classify animals into the following groups. First is the homodonts, meaning all teeth are the same. All teeth look like this. All teeth looks absolutely the same as each other. This is the homodont. Next we have the, for example, frogs. Frogs. Next we have heterodonts. Animals having different kinds of teeth, like this. See, all the teeth are different from each other. For example, humans. Humans. Next, based on the method of attachment, this is based on shape. And next, based on mode of attachment, we have the acrodont. The teeth, if this is the gum, the teeth is loosely attached to the gum. Okay. gum, teeth, and the teeth is rootless, does not have roots, rootless. Acrodont. Example, again, frog, fishes. Next we have pleurodont. If this is the gum, the teeth are fixed in the gum. Still they are rootless. Okay. Example, lizards. Animals having acrodont and pleurodont teeth are mostly homodonts also. And since their teeth is loosely attached, they are prone to breaking off. So their teeth get replaced throughout their lives. Okay. And animals having their teeth replaced throughout their lives are known as polyphyodonts and thecodonts. Thecodonts. What are thecodonts? This is the jawbone. The jawbone, and the tooth is fixed with the help of roots, rooted teeth, fixed to the jawbone. Okay. This is the thecodonts. Example, humans. Now, monophyodonts. Monophyodonts. Here, teeth replaced only once. Example, humans. We are born with milk teeth which are replaced only once in our lives by permanent teeth. Next, we have diphyodonts. Teeth replaced twice in their lives. Example, carnivores. All carnivores are mostly diphyodonts. Mostly the mammalian carnivores especially are diphyodonts. And animals who have acrodont teeth, pleurodont teeth with homodont dentition, they replace their teeth multiple times in their lives as and when required. They are known as polyphyodonts. Polyphyodonts. For example, sharks, crocodiles. Okay. Polyphyodonts. Sharks and crocodiles are polyphyodonts. Okay. So, based on teeth, this is how we can classify animals. And coming back to class Amphibia, well, it has got 3 subclasses. What are those? Let's look into the 3 subclasses. Let me just remove this part. What are the 3 subclasses? One is subclass Apoda, meaning legless amphibians. Apoda, the legless amphibians. Example, ichthyophis, the legless amphibians. They are legless. One is Anura. Anura are frogs and toads. They do not have tail in the adult form. However, they do have tails and gills in the tadpole. Okay. Limbs develop later in later part of the metamorphosis of the tadpoles. And the final is Urodela, the salamanders. These are the largest of all amphibians. Salamanders, they are the largest amphibians. The world's largest amphibian is the Chinese giant salamander. The Chinese giant salamander is the world's largest amphibian, falling under subclass Urodela. And for metamorphosis, the element which is responsible for metamorphosis is iodine. Iodine is essential for metamorphosis. Okay. So this is all about, we need to know about phylum, class Amphibia.